Hey guys, so today we are actually going to sign up for a new country. Let's do it! Okay guys, I'm Uncle Mish and I'm doing various Hattrick content for you. This time we are going to sign up for one of the 5 new countries in Hattrick and also speak about the most important things there. As always, I'll leave timestamps in the description below so you can skip up and go to your most important thing. So, first thing first, let's sign in. If I'll apply for an additional club, hopefully everything should work this time because Hattrick said on the forums that all the issues and bugs have been resolved. So actually I'm going to sign up for this country, and the reason for this is quite simple. The match day is going to be on Sunday evening, and that's more comfortable for me. If I'll ever want to watch the matches, we could go for Principe. I don't know, just feels like it. And the club name will be Uncle Mish's YouTube experiment because everything will be available to you on my YouTube channel, and all the decision makings and making the first steps as a new team. So hopefully let's do it. Let's save, and we are going to Sao-Tome and Principe. And we got it, yes! And we are here, we did it, just signed up for a team in a new country, Sao-Tome. Here we come. Welcome Uncle Mish's YouTube experiment. I wanna speak with you about a few subjects, and again, if you'll wanna skip to the segment that's more interesting to you, just check out the timestamps in the description below. We'll talk about the divisions, friendly pools, youth academy staff, training in the youth academy as well, and most importantly, the transfer market. That's gonna be a game changer. So let's start. The announcement from the Hattrick staff was that everyone's starting from the 4th division. That's very reasonable and I think very fair. At the beginning I thought that maybe some of the teams will start from the 2nd division because the first managers signing up for the new countries got their place in the 2nd division, but then an announcement said that everyone should be downgraded and starting from the same division. That would be an unfair advantage for anyone signing up first. Yeah, so everyone will start from the 4th, building their way to the top. Already in Sao-Tome we have 6 full series, and the next one has 3 more managers. That's nice. One just signed in. So every league has 7 active managers. That means 42 in the first 6 leagues and 3 more. So this means 45 managers, new managers in Sao-Tome. I wonder how much of those are local people and how many of them are secondary or 3rd teams, but that would be revealed eventually, I think. Everyone's starting from scratch. What should you do when you get your first team? I know it's very cool to go and check your players, see how bad they are. I already listed some of them in the transfer market, and we'll talk about this in a few moments. But as you can see, they are very basic level. The best skill that I got is level 6. So that's nothing. But on the other side, every player in this country are like this. That's the best players of Sao-Tome in the Hattrick universe, and they are the best prospects for the national teams and under 20 teams. So they will be worth a lot of money. But what should you do? You should definitely go and add yourself to the friendly pool. I already did this. You have here friendly matches and weekend matches. You should sign in for both. If you are not signed in, here in the side you'll have the option to press and add your team to the player pool. Friendlies are being played in Sao-Tome on Tuesdays on the weekdays. So basically, if you're signing up on Wednesday or Thursday you'll be able to make a match only for next week. I'm not sure if we'll have a cup in the first season. I'm pretty sure they should implement this, but nothing is settled up until now, but I think it will be. And then let's go forward. So first thing first, just sell your friendly matches, get your friendlies up and going and start training your players. After you did this, go and open your youth academy. I already opened mine, but if you haven't opened yours, if you are going to the youth team, you'll have two options. You'll have an option to promote a player from the old system. That means that you are just promoting them. I think your basic level should be wretched. That's pretty bad, and probably you're gonna get a very bad player. If you want to gamble, just go for it. Probably you'll get a 17-year-old player who will be worth a lot of money, even if his levels will be very low. But I wanted to open up my youth academy as fast as possible. I did this, called them Young Tubers, because this team is all about YouTube. And I have my main scout then that you are getting from the beginning, and I already signed 2 new scouts because bringing new players is the most important thing for me. I want to help Sao-Tome to increase their quality youth academy player pool, and that's why I'll be using free scouts. You can only use the first one at the beginning, and I pulled a player. Unfortunately, I got a 16-year-old player. He's not that good. He's 16 and 61 days. He could be passable in wing, but that's pretty much it. But another cool thing that I have a 15-year-old 0 days player from the youth academy. Most of the players from the youth academy are pretty bad. Hopefully I'll get someone decent, but he's super young, so that's very interesting as well. If you don't have it, start a new series. Where do you do it? You are doing this in the overview page of your youth academy. You'll have an option here to create a new league. Just create a new league, and I made a video about this. You should create a 4-team league, no more. That's the most efficient league. Just create your league, promote it in the global forum on the designated thread, and as you can see, I did this, and in half an hour I already have my league full, and I could set up trainings and train some players. So yeah, I did this, and after this let's go and set up the trainings for both the senior team and the youth team. So my senior team actually is playing. I was fortunate enough to make a friendly match for this weekend, for this weekday. I did it about an hour before the match should have started, so I'm gaining an extra training. But I'll go and show you what I did in my, the setup for the next one. So basically, I checked my players, and I wanted to see which one of those could be the best prospect to train him, because we do have to train someone, and I want to help this country and train some players. So if you'll have players that are pretty young age with speciality and half decent skills, you can go and train them. That would be good. So you can either check them by their age, or you can check them by their skills. After I checked all the skills, I saw that my best option will be training scoring around this player, Lino Silva. He is solid scoring with inadequate passing and inadequate wing, and he is a technical player. He's 18-year-old, nothing to be bragging about if he were in a different country, but in Sao-Tome he might be one of the best young prospects there is. So I want to train him. I set up my training for scoring, as you can see here, I changed this for scoring. That's the main training, and I also changed the stamina. You get it at stamina level 10, I think, and I obviously changed it to 5 because I want to have the best training possible. So do this, choose your training and choose your stamina share. After you'll do this, you could go and pick the other players. So basically I knew that I want to train him, and after I put him on the pitch, I needed to add other players. So my best options were a 25-year-old player and a 27-year-old player with a specialty. Hopefully they could increase their skill level and maybe I'll sell them for something, but he would be my main trainee for the time being. This what you should do, and that's the first thing to start. After you did this, you can go and do the same thing for your youth academy. So in my youth academy, I set up the training like this. I have one decent player that I got from my scout. Unfortunately, he's 16 and a half years old, but he could be passable wing, so, and he will be promoted in 17 and a half. That's pretty okay. So I set him as the main winger, and I set the youngest player I have as the other winger. Hopefully I'll reveal some skills for him. Other wing backs that are getting their skills revealed as well are 15-year-old players, and I'm training wing and wing attacks. This means the winger will get a double primary and secondary training, the wing backs will get a primary training, and forwards could have a secondary training, but the secondary training will reveal me the potential of the wing skill, and I don't want the reveal to waste this reveal on an old player. I want to get this reveal on my 15-year-old player, and that's why I will not be using any forwards this time. I'm not maximizing my secondary training, but thinking about the fact that this youth academy first player pool should be very bad, I don't want to waste it on them. So that's what I did. If we'll go to the training, you could see I already set this up as being crossing / winger training and wing attack training. That's it. Always pull some players from the scouts, increase the player pool, and etc. Then let's talk about staff. If we're talking about staff, which staff should you hire? Basically, if you are training, and that's what we should do, I suppose we won't be that competitive, because if we won't have a lot of teams in Sao-Tome, everyone could spread between the 64 series of the fourth division. If we'll have a couple hundred of teams, we'll have maybe 2 or 3, maybe 4 opponents in each series. This means we'll play a lot of bot teams, and obviously we'll try to promote. I don't know if the Hats will implement the same system where 2 teams are being promoted as in Hattrick International, but even if not, your competition should be pretty slim. So focus on your training, and if you're focusing on training, that means lower stamina share, higher intensity, training intensity, and the staff should be focused on training. I already hired 1 medic because I am playing a friendly game and I don't want my players to get injured. But then before the training will actually happen, I will sign 2 assistant coaches, because we don't need a tactical coach, I think, and those levels. Financial director, come on, give me a break. We are going to make a lot of money out of the transfer market, but we don't have a lot of money yet. Form coach, I think we could be without him for a while. Sport psychologist, maybe if we'll have a very difficult match in our series, or a series of important matches. So medics and assistant coaches, that's what you should be aiming for. For new teams, I would never suggest getting the most expensive staff members, but we are talking about a new country, and I think the teams playing in those countries are going to be swimming with money, because every bad player should be worth millions. A half decent player or a young player with a speciality, because he's immediately national team potential, will be worth a lot of money. So you will generate a lot of money, and maybe you could allow yourself to hire a better staff and also improve your coach in the meantime. So probably I'll hire 2 level 5 assistant coaches before the training tomorrow. I'll see if I'll get bids on my players. We'll talk about this in the transfer market segment. And speaking about training, we are all starting with where's my coach? Where are you? It's not in the, oh yeah, staff. Okay, cool. So we are starting with a passable coach with weak leadership. The leadership doesn't matter anything at the moment, but the coach level does. I don't think we'll be able to afford ourselves an excellent coach, but we could probably afford ourselves a solid coach. After you'll sell a player or two, just upgrade your coach and obviously buy future coaches as well. And that would be the last segment, will be the transfer market, and that's gonna be huge. So you could try and see, there are no sales yet of players for new countries. People started to get their teams only yesterday, and even if they're enlisted a player on the transfer market yesterday, the players won't be sold for 3 days. That's 72 hours. This means that they're already on the market, but no one has sold yet. But there should be some bids, so we could go through the different series just to see if some managers already put their players on the transfer market. Let's check those. He put most of his players on the transfer market. Just out of curiosity, I'm gonna see if some of them already had bids on them. So this one, yeah, he's worth for a precise measure, we should divide all the numbers that you are seeing here by 5, because the currency for me is NIS, and you should divide it by 5 for dollars or euros. So this one is just over 100k. 100k for this kind of player. His transfer compare is 1k and not 100, but that's what I'm speaking about. The prices are up to 100 times more, or even 1,000 times more. He's getting some bids for his players already, at least some of them, and the prices are enormous. 100k for this player, he worth nothing. Okay, so basically after I saw that you can sell players for higher prices, I went to my own team and enlisted some players just to get the feel of the market. As you can see, I kept some of the young players just to see what will happen with them, and I put other players for sale. But just for an example, I put some young players, 21-year-old player and 23-year-old players with speciality. So for instance, this one has a head speciality and he's an inner midfielder with some defense. Is not worth anything if you were in any other country, but for this country I'm trying to get 400k for him, and I think I could get it. If I'll get it, I could upgrade my staff, I could upgrade my coach and invest more money in my training to promote the real Sao Tome prospects. So yeah, we'll try to help this team that's gonna be super excited. And I don't know, we'll see what will happen with the national teams and under 20 teams. I would be honored maybe to try to get the national coach position. That would be awesome, but we'll see when this option will be available. It's not should be available this season at all, because the new countries are not going to be playing in the World Cup. So that's it. If you have other questions, please ask me anything you want, some tips about the new countries, or if you have a different approach, write it in the comment section. I would love to hear your thoughts and your approach for this. And yeah, let's do this. Let's have fun. And Hattrick gives us another opportunity to do this. And remember, it's more than a game, it's a community, and I'll definitely see you around. Bye, guys.